This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by the best onion rings in town at Bin 4 Burger Lounge.
This episode is also brought to you by Spruce Clothing, run by our very own Andrea. It's great. Woo, woo!
This is Real Garbage. And we're back!
We're back!
Oh, feels good to be back.
Feels good to be mildly healthy.
What? Can you see us? Can you see us? Can you see our faces? Because
Antioxidants, immune system is poor.
that's too bad.
We're getting better.
You know what's amazing, though?
What?
It only took 40-plus episodes to realize that we didn't need those gigantic homemade mic filters that I made out of dollar store dice.
Yeah.
All we needed was these $5 windsock. And all they had was blue and red.
I like blue.
I like blue, too.
I feel like red, like I already speak so aggressively about movies that like I don't like or things I don't like that having a red microphone would just be like, ah!
Just get our viewers fired up. Fuck yeah, I hate it too. Stupid movie. Why am I getting so angry?
Yeah.
They're just talking about their day.
But we did decide to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We decided to do a movie that we enjoyed.
Yeah. Wow.
It's pretty sweet. But before that,
Yeah.
how's your weekend been?
Good. Really busy. Both jobs have been really busy.
It's tourist season.
Yeah.
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 And then because both jobs have been really busy, today has actually been my first full day off in like 2 weeks. And
And I'm like, get over here and record a podcast with me. We need to get this done.
totally. Well, I do feel better. Like
Well, that's good.
I can definitely attest that me feeling like shit absolutely is because between the two jobs, I haven't been sleeping well. And with the seasons changing, especially I haven't been sleeping well because I overheat. It's now two fan time, baby.
We've talked about this.
Two fan time. One at my feet, one at my head. Brandon hates it, but you know what?
He's just
Happy-
shivering next to you.
Yeah. Hey, I got blubber. He should be fine.
I just sleep by myself. No fan. I can't do the fan anymore.
Wow.
I used to all the time. I always, because I grew up with I grew up in Manitoba, so we had a dehumidifier in the hallway.
Oh.
From when I was like 5 to probably 14. And that thing, when the back filled up with water, it would shut itself off. So the middle of the night, just I'm laying in bed.
You're like, fuck.
God damn it! Dump it into the bathroom sink, put it back on. So my whole adult life I saw with a fan. And I'm dating girls who are like, why do you have the fan on? I'm like, because it's
Those
just
girls
it's there.
are buck wild.
But-
You have a problem with the fan, the wind's blowing in your beautiful hair, you look like you're in a fucking fun
just
beach video.
laying there trying to sleep.
It's nice.
Fabio.
Yeah.
But the last girl I dated last year, she didn't like white noise. Like I used to even use a white noise app when I used to work up north because I'm not gonna bring a fan on a fucking airplane. It's a bomb.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I need silence. I'm like, all right, well, I'll try it. And now I can't sleep with white noise anymore.
Wow.
I'll probably bust a fan out because it's gonna get hot as hell in this goddamn apartment.
I'm glad we're recording this in the evening time now. Like
Yes,
today.
the evening time.
The evening time.
Pinky's up.
Evening time, yeah.
I'm drinking cider, which is good.
Yeah.
Broken Ladder.
BC's very own.
BC Tree Fruits.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna go approach Sea Cider over on near the highway
Ooh.
later this season, later in the spring, summer, about if they'll make blackberries into blackberry cider. Because we did that wine at Flying Fish Winery, and we were going to do that again, but I'm like, I want cider too. Blackberry, hand-picked blackberry cider.
So good. What else? Oh my gosh. This is just like a personal victory of mine. I've been selling a lot of SPFs lately.
Nice. Oh, I need to get
And-
some like face
my
wash
God.
from you at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of that and that blackhead stuff.
That
Yes.
poor mask.
Yeah. Those two things. I need those.
Face wash. I have two. Well, obviously the poor mask, but I have a face wash in mind for you.
Nice. Perfect.
It's anti-aging. It does glycolic, salicylic.
I'm aging like Benjamin Button right now. I feel like
Backwards?
36. I think this lighting's probably shit right now, though.
That eye cream's working.
I'm using it. I'm using it. Morning and night. I forget sometimes, but even like an hour ago, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh. I feel like it's doing something. I look less tired, and I still smoke weed and drink beer. I even wrote, don't smoke weed on my whiteboard the other night, 12:24 a.m. Last night. Came back from doing stand-up, and I'm like, dude, are you home? He's like, yeah, pull on in. And he's like, I got 7 different kinds of weed. I'm like, fuck. Just give me
You crossed
these
it out.
3. Then, yeah, like, scrubbing it off. Hasn't even been 24
Don't
hours.
smoke
Like,
weed tomorrow.
so then I'm thinking, like, well, maybe just don't drink booze. And then I'm like, God damn
and then
it.
you're like,
So I figure I'm just going to do everything in moderation. Just going to not be so hard on myself.
yeah,
That's the key to life.
yeah. How's your weekend been or week been?
Well, I'm back to working 7 days a week now, but I got my municipality job back. Nice. Oh, yeah, I'm so stoked. Like just doing the math on paychecks now. I'm like, oh yes, that's paid off there, and I'm saving that and doing this, and
That
hopefully
feels
by
so good.
next year I can put a down payment on something of my own.
Hell yeah.
It's the goal. So no, it's been good. I've been working so now the 8 to 4:30 Monday to Friday. Did some stand up last night at Salt Pierogi Bar. Went pretty good. I felt pretty good. I added something to the never ending story. It was too much.
Oh.
I gotta just,
It was-
just gotta
yeah.
get rid of it. I just add like, oh come on, Otis, come with me. And so I watched that clip and he's like, you have to try for me.
Oh,
Try.
fuck.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. It wasn't as heartbreaking as I remember it. Because the horse just kind of just boom. You can tell. I was like, I thought he fought more. He's just kind of
Yeah, he's like,
I'm
okay.
sinking. Like, It might have been edited for YouTube. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
It just seemed not as sad, but still, people are like, no, don't tell us. I'm like, nah, you're going to know. I'm sorry. So that's good. And I worked at the hotel.
The lounge.
The lounge on Saturday, Sunday. Saturday was busy, and Sunday was Cinco de Mayo, and I was like showing you earlier my bruised palm here and bruised palm here from smacking the shaker cups apart after shaking like 75 goddamn margaritas, $5 margaritas. Fuck, I was warned too. My manager's like, "You're gonna make a lot of margaritas." I'm like, "All right, cool, but can't be that many. It's Sydney, and like margarita, please, margarita, margarita." I was like, "Fuck." Oh, I did not realize how hard I got someone. It's like, bam, 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 bam. We go,
Jesus.
bam, 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 bam. I'm like, yeah. And at one point, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh, my fucking palm kind of hurts right now. Then I noticed the bruise this morning. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Jesus. I'm keeping track of all these. I've got about 15 or 16 burps written down right now. Yeah. That's at 7 minutes and 42 seconds of this episode. Oh shit. Do you want to see what I got for helping out at the second annual Spruce Garage Sale?
Yeah.
This past Sunday. I got this shirt. I got a V-neck.
It's pretty.
Showing off my work tan already.
Wow. Yep.
And then
Pretty
I got a
sexy.
live edge crib board. Hold on.
A live edge. What does that mean?
Handmade.
Live edge means handmade.
What it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's like live edge. Like it still has
Wow.
the edge of
Oh,
the
that's
wood,
cool.
right? And you got your classic crib design, and then the spruce logo engraved on there with a
I
tiny
love
spruce tree
that.
down there. Yeah, she gave me that and the shirt for helping out bartending. It was the second time I did it, so it's pretty cool.
Ooh, this is really light
I'm
too.
gonna tag them, her and all this stuff
Yeah.
because this is pretty sweet. I thought that
That
was cool.
is
I'm like, 'cause
really
I've been
cool.
loving playing crib now that I'm adult. I'm over 35, so I'm like, I need to start playing crib because that's what adults did when I was a kid. It's just what you do.
That's so cool. Community and babes.
Community and babes.
Community
Spruce
and babes.
So I'm stoked on that.
That's so
Now
cool.
I got nobody to play with except for Andrea, and she's always working.
I'll play crib with you if you teach me how to play.
Done. I will teach you how to play crib.
Okay.
Ha
On the next podcast.
On the next episode of Real Garbage. 15-2, 15-4, run a 3 for 7, run a 3 for 10. You got, okay. So I got 12 points on that one. I love crib. I just look at, I'll be driving around like, oh, gas is 161.9. And I'm like, that's 15-2, just pay for 4.
Oh my God.
Crib, man, it gets in your brain. But other than that, everything's good.
Yeah.
Still smoking a ton of weed. Made some edibles. They're strong. Came out to a couple of friends. I'm like, how are those brownies? I greened out, but he says.
I greened out.
Cool. He's like, yeah.
Whoa.
I'm like, wow. Should have done half.
I
said do half first.
I haven't heard that term since like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
It hasn't happened to me since I was
8th grade.
17. Yeah. I was like, and it wasn't green. It was white to
What
me.
is
I was everything's white. And then I woke up on the bathroom floor. I was like, what the fuck happened? And then you'll never get that high ever again. It's like you're chasing the weed dragon. He's going away really slow, and you're like, come on, man. Back here.
Please.
We watched Drive because we're doing movies we like.
Yeah.
Drive with Ryan Gosling.
And it takes place in California.
No time to California.
No time to party in the city. Lately, we always like break into song at least once during the podcast.
I was what the fuck was I listening to? Frank Ocean. I've never listened to Frank Ocean.
Oh, I haven't heard anything from him in a long time.
He's got an album. It's just an orange cover. I'm listening to it on like iTunes, and I'm just like in the shower earlier, just like harmonizing, just like just doing little bits, adding stuff in, kind of like Alan Raymond does that. Just adds, like, his songs are weird. He's always doing those weird, you just imagine a Muppet just. There you go, talking
no mo.
Yeah, he's just weird style.
That's Frank Ocean?
No, that's Alan Raymond.
Oh shit!
Yeah. No, Frank Ocean's got like a nice soulful.
I was gonna say I fucking hate that song.
No, that's Alan Raymond.
He's
got that.
Alan?
He does the weird fucking.
Alan, we gotta talk about that because I don't like it. It's annoying. I hate it. It's so annoying.
That's an annoying song. You gotta listen to his other stuff though. His album is pretty good. His latest album is pretty good.
I don't know if I can forgive Alan. For
sounds
that.
like Rose. Rose is good, and For on Fire is amazing.
Okay.
I'll put you on Alan Raymond.
I'll give Alan a chance.
He's good.
Just no more. No more.
Well, that's his first album. The whole thing. Okay. We watched Drive with Ryan Gosling. The synopsis of the movie in a nutshell. Ryan Gosling is a stuntman. Just basically a driver. Yeah, because he never does any other stunts. Just driving stunts.
Yeah.
A stunt driver who moonlights as a getaway driver for bandits.
Hooligans.
Robbers. Thieves. Highwaymen. No, highwaymen are the good guys. No, they're a gray area.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of other names for people that steal stuff.
Bandits,
hoodlums, thieves, gangsters,
hooligans,
bank robbers. Anyway, he moonlights as a getaway driver for people that rob banks and other businesses. They just do businesses.
Yeah.
And he becomes a little fresh with his next door neighbor and starts to get attached to his son or her son. And then he gets a little too involved and he gets careless. And he gets himself into trouble.
Into deep shit.
So, okay, so this movie came out in 2011. Hour and 40 minutes long. It's pretty sweet. It's been 8 years since I watched this the first time. Oh. And I'll admit, the first time I watched it, I was like, fuck, there's not much going on in this movie. It's kind of boring. But like back then, I was a young pup, 8 years ago. Like this was in my 20s.
Not to mention, in 2011, like Iron Man had come out in 2008, Avatar in 2009, like big action-packed, like visually grabbing movies had started coming out. So switching gears, to this was probably hard as a viewer when you're used to that.
Yeah, I can completely understand that. Yeah, because this is more of a really dramatic movie.
Yeah, you have to pay attention.
With spots of action. But when the action hits, it's freaking
good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But just like you'd said earlier before we started recording, was that there was not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, the script was probably the length of our note pages.
Yeah. I have 3 pages. Jesus, I shouldn't put a piece of paper on top of a water glass near electronics.
You're asking for trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah, but this. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, totally.
Yeah,
it
is great. Yeah, there was barely any dialogue, which kind of like I appreciate it as a viewer because it forces you to pay attention and forces you to hang on to the dial. Oh,
What did it ever do to you?
all the time I always hit my mic or something. Oh my god.
I can't let it go without saying something.
It like forces you to hang on every piece of dialogue that is said, but it also forces you to just really pay attention. Like this isn't a movie that you can be on your phone reading trivia. I found out. Like I always do that with all of our movies, but most of the time they're bad. So
You don't really care.
Yeah.
I went through a lot of Instagram watching other ones.
yeah, and then this one, I wanted to read the trivia.
I did it.
You went
Sorry.
Super Saiyan. But this one, I was like reading the trivia, and then all of a sudden, like an action sequence was happening, and I'm like, "What the fuck did I miss?" And I'd have to rewind it, and I'm like, "Okay, I can't. I have to break my mold of what I usually do watching movies. Like, I can't not pay attention."
This ain't your standard real garbage episode.
Yeah.
You need to pay
We're
attention.
breaking the mold.
Well, and you hadn't seen this either, right? This was
No,
your
this
first
is
time
the
watching.
first time I've ever seen this.
I think I saw it in theaters. I remember, and it was like before recliner seats were around. Back in the old
Back
days.
in the dark ages.
God, times were tough back then.
We had to sit straight up in the movie theater.
upright for 2 straight hours.
We had to have perfect posture. Could you imagine?
I would slouch and my knees would start to ache. I seriously, my fucking knees are just toast.
Yeah, because you're a big dude.
I'm 5'11".
Bigger than me. I can
on
like...
Tinder, I'm 6 feet.
On Tinder, I'm 6 foot.
Rain on some other shit.
Shit, though. I'll be all up in my club for the...
I could show you this Sprite. I've listened.
I'm thirsty as fuck. Brain got a poop
Oh
still.
my god. T minus 5 till the brain out of shit.
shit.
I've listened to that song like 5 times in the last 2 weeks.
Every single time it comes on the radio or on Brandon's playlist, he and I like do the boy girl parts, and it's one of our favorite songs to sing. It's
a sweet
so
song.
fun. Lil Dicky, Pillow Talking.
Sweet
Look it
song.
up. The
Under
music
this pillow, talking
with a bitch. I just talking with a bitch. This bitch don't know about Pangea.
Oh, this bitch don't know about Pangea.
Leave it alone. Anyway,
So I wanted his whole wardrobe out of this
Yeah.
movie. Like he just got a dirty shirt, and I'm like, I want that dirty V-neck shirt.
and can we just appreciate that Ryan Gosling, being a Canadian, this entire movie or most of this movie was wearing a Canadian tuxedo, like denim on denim on denim.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
Look who's talking, Denim Dan.
And
Get the Canadian tuxedos.
I did notice with like Ryan Gosling is another one of those actors that is kind of I'm pretty good.
Still good.
Yeah. He's one of those actors that is like for the most part typecast as like he's always a nice a nice guy on the inside, whether he's like a struggling nice guy or a heartbroken nice guy, or in this one he's like rough lone wolf on the outside, and then on the inside he's nice. But he always like is nice, but he has very like sad looking eyes.
Well, he does.
And like in all his movies, like I was looking at photos from like The Notebook. I was looking at photos from like
Maybe he's dead inside.
maybe.
Well, that's Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Does that to people. But no, continue. Sorry, you said you watched him in The Notebook, and
That one, fuck, what is it?
I love. Have you seen Crazy Stupid Love?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Where are your wallets? Oh, it's such a good movie.
I know. We should review that one.
I've watched that one a bunch.
That one's good.
It's a sweet movie. That's why I ordered drinks like just tap the edge of the glass. Boom, boom. He's like, I think you're ready.
Also, he's like not married to, but he's partners with Eva Mendes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have 2 daughters together. Yeah, they've been together for a while. They're super like notoriously private.
Interesting. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Fuck, if I was in Hollywood, I'd do the same thing.
Same.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave Brittany alone. So I kind of kept track of the plot, Because like, I just write the notes like I love the no dialogue, nat sound shots, just car drive. The soundtrack too. That song throughout, like the intro song is awesome. And that song throughout, they play it I think 2, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I have never heard any of the songs on the soundtrack before.
It's all original score.
Yeah, which I really appreciated because I mean, don't get me wrong, like whether we're watching,
they could have put AC/DC in there.
Yeah. I really like it when, we're watching a movie and we have recognizable music in the score, but I also usually associate that with like comedies or rom-coms, like so I really liked that they stuck with the true like mysterious tones of the movie and just did all original scores. Because usually that only happens with like musicals.
Really?
Or like super sci-fi ones like Interstellar or Life or something.
It's something I'll be honest, I never really pay attention. Like I never aim to like be like, I wonder how the soundtrack's going to be in this movie. I should start doing that
You
though.
should.
Like actually thinking of that. Because like I'll hear a good song, I'm like, yeah. Like I love the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy where he's listening to Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. It's such a good song. I'm like, yeah, that's sweet. That's catchy as fuck. And then like even with Electric Lights Orchestra at the start of the second one with Mr. Blue Sky. I'm like, I love this song. Like, and if it catches my ear, I'll notice it. But yeah, with this stuff, I'm just like, I've never heard this before, but I like it. I remember after I watched it, I listened to that real human being song like a ton. Like, I listen to it again and again. Just driving down the highway, like, yeah, I'm Ryan Gosling. But so this had Bryan Cranston in it, and this was 3 years into Breaking Bad. So like Breaking Bad.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I looked it up because it was 3 years later that he was in. So I'm like, this is deep into like season 3 of Breaking Bad. They're probably right after they finished shooting.
Interesting.
Season 3 is when I would guess that they shot this.
I had no idea Breaking Bad started that early.
Oh, it did. It started.
Holy
I watched
shit.
the first episode in. I want to say it was when I was out here in like 2010, but I know it was before that because it started in like 2007 because I can't check now. My phone's up there. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
So long ago.
And I loved his part in this movie. He was such a good character.
He was like the typical. I don't like, for lack of a better term, I'll use the word loser. Like he was just the guy who was always in the wrong place at the wrong time, making the wrong choices, like just unlucky, like the epitome of Murphy and Murphy's Law.
Yeah, he did not get dealt a good hand. Well, probably made some shitty choices along the way because we are just products of our choices.
Yeah. And
it's all we have control of.
At the end of the movie, I won't go into spoilers, obviously, but jumping the timeline, we find out that he has an upside down horseshoe tattoo on his neck. And that's supposed to be bad luck because your luck falls out of the horseshoe if it's upside down. Whereas if it's right side up, it holds the luck in.
Why would you get a horseshoe tattoo in the first place? Unless you won the lottery, you're like, I was really lucky.
I don't know.
Give me a horseshoe right there. Because I say that as a man who got a tribal tattoo when I was 17. I want that one. Put it right here. Looks so cool. Like a month later, dude's like, I got 2 of those right here. I'm like, what?
You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The last straw that made me never get anything that anyone could ever have, ever, was when I got a biohazard symbol tattooed back here. That's like the male equivalent of a tramp stamp.
Wow.
And I showed somebody at a party, and then he's like, oh, dude, check this out. He had the same thing. I was like, all right, never again.
God.
Free-handed on both arms, drawn up. Like I'm like,
that.
Nobody's ever going to have my tattoos.
Oh my God. I just realized, I just remembered you have a huge nerd back piece.
Yeah.
And I got super stoked.
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck yeah. Yes. The first 10 minutes of this movie, like, there's no dialogue really. There it is.
Just him standing in his sweet scorpion jacket.
Yeah.
Love that jacket.
I'm glad, like, at first when I saw the scorpion's tail, I thought it was going to be a dragon. And I'm like, really? So I was happy that it was a scorpion. But yeah, the first 10 minutes are intense. And they just showcase how clever he is. He has his CD?
His radio, his scanner, his police scanner. So he's listening to all the police channels.
And
he's got the whole description, like you got me for 5 minutes. 5 minutes between that window, I'm yours. But any before that, I'm gone.
And then he has like the most popular make of car in all of California with his
Silver
Chevy.
Impala.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the heist is planned. I don't think the heist dudes planned this. I think Driver planned it. That the heist was happening when the LA Lakers were playing, or no, Clippers, not Lakers. The Clippers were playing. And that like he maneuvered it so he would eventually drive into the stadium when they won and just ditch the car and walk out of there because that's what happened. And I was like, fuck, like that just immediately shows how in depth his like plan is and how
he's smart,
critical and smart he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the two guys in the car? Like that was one question I had.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did like they would have been like, dude, where are you going?
Yeah.
Did they?
He's like, you're 5 minutes through. Fuck you.
Well, it's like that. It was a question I was left with. I was like, what happened to the two guys in the car? Like, did they just wait till everyone left and drive the car away? Because it's still a vehicle, a suspected vehicle. Yeah.
I think they just would have like gotten out and left.
I guess they could have. They were black leather gloves.
Yeah.
Like, don't put the balaclava back on. Just keep it off.
I was surprised. The only thing that I had a question about besides that was why is the driver not protecting his identity? Because he's driving, like cops have floodlights. They can like floodlight your windshield, see what you look like, like.
He could have used one of his stuntman masks.
Yeah, those creepy fucking things.
Something out of Point Break.
Yeah.
I'm not a crook. Oh. Well, I think we should do. Oh, I thought this idea because there's 2 Point Breaks. There's the original Point Break with Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And there's the remake, which my buddy said is just like one long Red Bull commercial, or like Monster Energy drink. Wow, extreme.
My God.
We should do both back to back in one episode.
Okay.
The first one was great, but it's kind of cheesy.
I love cheese.
Yeah, it'll work.
And then also we are after the introduction. We're introduced to
Carrie Mulligan, the neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the like simple shot of we just see her like leaving the elevator, or I forget leaving where, but it's
they're both leaving the elevator.
Yeah.
And they go separate ways. Like they walk into the elevator, they don't say anything, I don't think, or it's just like a simple hi. Mm-hmm. And then they leave the elevator and she's like, have a good night.
Yeah. And then we're introduced to, oh God.
What's the son's name?
Benicio. And I really liked a lot of the cinematography in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I made a note of that too.
Was so good.
But there's one particular shot he helps her take because the next thing, like they're at the grocery store.
Yeah.
He sees her at the grocery store and the car breaks down and he just walks over and is like, I work at a shop. Mm-hmm. And then, oh wait, am I getting ahead of myself? No,
yeah, he goes over and then he just like picks her and her son up and drives them home.
That's right. Oh yeah, then they come into the shop because he says, I work at a shop. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah. Yeah, and there's a shot where she's facing him and his face is in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's so good. I
wrote that down too. Yeah, that little touch of like
she's here, mirror's there, and you can see
this
conversation. I'm like, God damn, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's why it got a 92% from the critics, because it's just a cinematic masterpiece.
I agree.
The everything, the driving scenes, and like with the no dialogue, you really have to pay attention to body language. Yeah. And I just did an acting class a couple months ago and learned about working from neutral. Well, just working from neutral. I did a movement class too, and actually, I have to watch myself editing these, and like I move like a fucking bird sometimes, and I'm really fast, quick movement, so I'm really concentrating on kind of slowing down a little bit sometimes.
How do I move like a sloth? Am I like?
No. Sloth. You ever see the Saturday Night Live digital short about the sloths? We sleep 18 hours, but we always party 24. Sloths. That's like Andy Samberg and those guys.
Oh my God.
I'll have to try and find it. You can't find Saturday Night Live shit anywhere online. They just monopolize that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, not monopolize. It doesn't make
NBC.
sense. Give us.
I want to see
Give us
some
the digital
shit.
shorts.
Yeah.
But
And give us Robert Goulet on Netflix.
Robert Goulet. That's why I come up here. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, sorry. But him. So learning about working from neutral, like just when you take on a role, just starting with nothing, that's like memorizing your lines like this, blah, 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 but you're just doing neutral, and you just get it in your head. So it's memorized. And then when they go, well, this character, like you can naturally react from other people. So he's so fucking stoic in this movie. And he's just little subtle changes in his eyes, maybe just a little facial change. I'm like, God damn, this is just like a master class.
I know.
Of him just being like, boom, I got you.
I know.
This is what you got to do. I'm like, fuck. Taking notes, making notes.
And then we're introduced to, his name's Nino, but I'm going to call him Hellboy because it's Ron Perlman.
Yeah, that's his name, Ron Perlman. For some reason, IMDb wasn't loading. And I'm like, God damn it, I just want to know what his name is.
What the fuck is his name? And then
Hellboy.
I found out later on in the movie when he was yelling, but I told you this earlier, that Bernie, Nino's partner, is Marlin, the dad clownfish from Finding Nemo, which is like, once I figured it out, I was like, I'm kind of uncomfortable watching him do some of these things.
All you could see was a fish talking like this. I don't do the best impression, but I'm telling you,
God.
you're gonna 51,000. How much money do you need? I want to see my name on a car. That's all I wanted to see.
God, yeah. And then,
It's fish dad.
um,
So yeah, they're trying to get money for a car, like a race car.
yeah,
So he's got a driver.
yeah. And then hearing Hellboy say "Pussy Mobile,"
Ugh.
I was like, "Oh my fucking God, dude! Like, chop off your horns."
Yeah, it was kind of fucking pussy mobile. Like
Yeah,
that.
I'm like,
Oh, fucking pussy
Mobile!
mobile. Ah, look
Let's
at
go
this.
get a
That's
cannoli.
a fucking car.
Ma!
Ma. It's a fucking car.
Like,
Over there. Over
God.
there. Over there. So now, okay. So yeah, they're at the shop. The kid and what's her name?
Irene.
Irene?
Irene.
Is it actually?
Yep.
Irene.
I know.
Strange. I don't know why I didn't get her name. Just didn't even think about it.
Irene.
But Irene and Benicio, they show up, and then he offers, "Oh, you're gonna drive these lovely people home? I want to drive that canal in LA or whatever. It looks like so much fun. I just love to rip a motorcycle down there, or just take a car, just
Do you
like
think-
they use that in Gone in 60 Seconds.
And in Greece, I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen Grease.
What?
I've never seen Grease.
What?
I've never seen Grease.
Wow.
You've never seen
Grease?
No! You've never seen Grease? No!
Oh my God.
I haven't. That's weird. It's one of those things where
That's on my list for you,
I'm like,
dude.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I probably love it. I probably love it.
Honestly, I think you would, except for the ending. The ending's like, honey. The
I've
one
heard
that I
all the
love.
freaking songs from it. And like there might be one where I'm like, I've heard this one. But pretty sure in my life I've heard them all.
Yeah.
People have been like, you gotta
Sandra
watch
Dee?
Grease. I'm like, we'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it eventually.
I'm putting it on my list. You have
It's
a list
on-
for me that's like 5 things long. This is number 1 for
True.
you.
I got to revisit that list. I keep making multiple lists. I have like one written down, 3 in my phone. I'm like,
Oh my God.
which ones we got to watch that are shitty? Well, some of the ones we have upcoming are.
I'm so excited.
I don't want to ruin anything. Can't say
Yeah.
it.
No.
Then I have to edit it around it because I'm like, fuck. What do we say we're doing next? Crap. Wrong one. Stupid.
So then they start this like courtship, Irene and the driver. We never find out his name either. It's just the driver.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Irene and the
just
driver.
Kid. Just kid. You always call him a kid.
Yeah. They start this like not platonic, because there's obviously like flirting and feelings there, but it's not like they never have sex or like consummate their
sexual.
Yes.
Sexual.
So they start this like relationship, and when her car's getting fixed, he like drives her and her son around, and her son, like me as a viewer, it looked like her son was seeing him as a father figure, and then we find out that her husband, Benicio's father, is in prison.
Getting released soon.
Yeah, and then we find out that he's getting released. And I made a note. I was like, I'd be pissed as the driver. Like, he's driving her around. They're flirting. Like, he's a father figure to her son. And they have this connection, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, my husband's coming home. That's his lawyer. Sorry." Like, I'd be mad. I'd be upset. I'd be like, "Dude,
That's a tough situation to be in. It is.
Yeah.
When you're the other man, no one's rooting. No, it's like it would be tough because you've only known her they've been seeing each other for a week.
Few weeks,
Maybe a couple weeks. And she's like, "Oh yeah, he was, coming back." I was like, she's not gonna right off the bat go, "Listen, my ex-husband's getting out of jail in 2 weeks, so we can't see each other."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Oh shit, that's a tough situation." Like I've, spent a night with someone, and they're like, "I just got out of a relationship like a week ago, and we're still kind of like arguing about stuff." I'm like, "That's fine. Like, go do your shit then." Like, so I can look at it from his perspective and be like, "No, I can roll with that."
I guess.
Plus, I'm just a selfish single person who just loves my independence.
I'm an independent
The
man.
more I think about it, I'm like, relationships seem like too much work.
Not
Life
if
is
you
just-
find the right
I know.
lady.
I know. It's what they say.
They.
That's what they say.
Shout out to my Pua for putting up with my shit. Oh yeah, I called.
What's up? What do you call him?
I call him Pua now, and he
Pua.
calls me Moa. Because
Pua.
I was on Reddit and I found this like Disneyland thing, and Brandon was like, "Read the comments. Like, sometimes there's gold in the comments." And sure enough, there was this user who was like, absolutely had nothing to do with the post on Disneyland, and this person was like, "I had 2 guinea pigs, one named Pua and one named Moana. Pua died 2 Christmases ago. Nobody gave me shit for naming him Pua, but everyone gives me shit for naming my other one Moana. So now I call her Moa." And Brandon and I were just killing ourselves laughing. So now he'll call me Moa and I'll call him Pua.
Fucking Reddit. You ever go on like Imager? My buddy Tyler's hooked on Imager. And he's always just sending me Imager dumps of photos and shit. I'm just like, man, some of the shit that people come up with out there. It's so good.
I know, right?
It's so good.
Yeah, so.
Like, what was it? Last year they were stuffing cigarettes in animals' mouths. I haven't heard, good boy, I haven't heard that name in years.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Krabby
my God.
Patties, haven't heard those in years. There's cigarettes hanging out of everything. I put like the one with the pole sticking out of the front of the Corolla. I'm like, Corolla, haven't heard that car in years. So the guy's like, I don't get it. I'm like, well, you're fucking stupid then. It's pretty obvious. It looks like the car's smoking a cigarette, dummy. Jesus, it's a fucking meme. Get it.
Oh, my God.
So this ex-husband's kind of a douche.
Yeah, it's
like,
honestly, he was the like perfect form and embodiment of what is now being classified in 2019 as toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Like he was so threatened and upset by the fact that A, his wife had help, B, that his son had like another dude.
A father figure.
Yeah.
A strong male figure.
Yes, a strong male
Yes.
figure that was around in his life. Like,
With a sweet scorpion jacket.
yeah. Sweet jacket.
How is the cut, bro?
But yeah, he was so like on edge immediately about it. And then eventually when he, later on he was like, "You're a pretty cool guy."
Thanks for helping me out, bro.
Yeah, thanks for Yeah.
Oh, you been helping her out, huh? You been helping her out? You helping her out
Oh,
real good there? You been helping her out
yeah,
real
he
good there,
was
bro?
so-
Huh? Been helping her out real good?
God.
Take it easy. And he's just like, yeah,
He's like, "Let mom talk to her new friend."
fuck you, dude. I have a name and it's Driver.
Let her talk to driver.
I did make a note about how the first time I had really like experienced Oscar Isaacs as an actor was when I saw The Force Awakens and he was Poe. That's the husband.
Oh, shit. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. How did
Yeah.
I not realize that?
And
Wow.
I recently watched Ex Machina.
Is he in that too?
Yeah.
Fuck, I haven't seen that in a while. It's a good movie. Really
Yeah.
good movie.
But when I first saw him in The Force Awakens, I had thought he was like a good guy. But after watching this and Ex Machina, and
Well, he's in an X-Men Apocalypse too. He's Apocalypse.
Yeah. And Annihilation, he's in there. I realized that
I
he's
didn't like that movie.
like, aside from, you didn't like
Did
it?
not like
I did.
Annihilation.
Wow.
Was not impressed.
Okay.
I liked Ex Machina. I did not like Annihilation. I was
That'll
like,
have to be on the list.
No, like, this movie's stupid.
But yeah, aside from Star Wars, I've only ever seen him play cold and like calculating characters, which is I thought was interesting because having first experienced him, like I said, in Star Wars, I was like, oh yeah, this guy is like so good at being the good guy, like he's gonna be typecast. And then the next thing I saw was Annihilation, and I was like, what the fuck? And then the next thing was Ex Machina, and then this, and I was like, interesting.
He's quite
versatile.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I like Oscar Isaacs a lot.
He's pretty sweet. And he was good in this. He was good in this movie. His part was short.
Yeah.
But he played it really well.
And he's really attractive.
I love.
Such a dreamboat.
Yeah.
So they go to rob a pawn shop. I know. Okay, before that though, I love this one scene. He's in the diner, eating or just having some coffee. I think he's eating some pie.
Oh my God.
And Buddy walks up and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, yeah. And then he just says, "Listen, won't you fucking walk away before I knock all your teeth out of your fucking mouth?" And just stares at him. And they hold on that shot for like 30 seconds. I'm like, God. He unblinkingly stares at him for the whole shot. I'm like, fuck, that's so good.
I know.
So impressive.
You had told me about that
hard
too.
to not blink at people.
And I forgot about that. And then when it happened, I just wrote down, this is the scene Jeff told me about.
Yep.
But yeah, it was good. I was like, holy shit. Because I haven't seen Ryan Gosling be like that in film.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would expect it from Ryan Reynolds. I would expect it from
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, but Ryan Gosling, I was very pleasantly surprised because it didn't feel like weird or goofy or silly having him say it either. Like,
he played that part so well.
Yeah.
Because you're like, God damn, this guy can be a fucking badass
Yeah,
if he needs to be, but he doesn't want to be.
No, it's very, he has like angel devil.
I've done it once to somebody. I don't want to beat anybody up. I don't want to fight. And this guy was like, I said, I came outside once to this place we were partying at in Vancouver. And I'm like, as soon as I came out, him and my friend stopped talking. I'm like, well, that usually happens when you've been talking about someone that just showed up. And he's like, I'm like, well, you talking about me? He's like, yeah, we were. And I go, well, what about? And my buddy Crab's like, oh shit, what's going on? I'm like, what about, man? And buddy goes, I don't really like you. I'm like, oh, really? Why? Why don't you like me? Crab goes, hey man, let's just diffuse this. I'm like, no, Crab. He can speak for. I'm just staring at him. I'm like, he can speak for himself. He's fine. He's an adult. What is it you don't like about me, man? And he starts smiling at him. He's like, I'm just fucking around with you. I'm like, oh, are you though? Like, actually? I just kept fucking giving him the evil eyes. And after a while, he's like, fucking stop doing that, man. I'm like, yeah, fuck off then. Like, you fucking asshole. What's your problem? Then after that, we were fine. It's because he had this smoking hot girlfriend. And like, I just met these two like just now. And I'm like, hey, can we like pop inside and do some drugs? And he's like, yeah, man. But before you guys go inside, you have to give my girlfriend a kiss on the cheek. I'm like, yep. I just grab her. And I'm like, damn, this chick is hot. And then he just already like right away, like eyeing me up. I'm like, fuck, dude, you told me to. Yeah. And it was 20 minutes later. I walked outside and they're like, he's like, I don't like you. I'm like, why? And then an hour later, she's braiding my hair. I had long hair and we were sitting upstairs, all of us. And she's like, can I braid his hair? I'm like, dude, your girlfriend wants to braid my hair. He's like, oh, fucking give a shit. Just do it. I don't care.
Oh my
like, right on, dude. So Standard goes to rob
the pawn shop.
I'm thinking like, well, we find out later. I'm like, how much money could a pawn shop have? And if you find out later, it's a whole planned heist.
Yeah.
Money coming through, being washed. I'm like, oh, this is a fucking full-on setup. Like, they were going to get him to go in there, get it, shoot him, steal the money. But it went
that was
sideways.
Wild.
That was pretty crazy.
I was not expecting that. And that's another thing that I really liked about this movie is that because there wasn't dialogue, there wasn't over-exposition, there wasn't your audience knowing things before your characters do, which is frustrating as a viewer because you're like, that's when you start to say like, come on, stupid. Like,
no, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the beauty of silence, not even silence, just empty space between chunks of dialogue, is it builds tension.
Yeah.
And especially like in this scene where he's sitting in the car waiting for those two to go in. They go in, that car pulls up, and he's now looking over that car going like, well, shit, there's not supposed to be another car here. This is very, very suspicious. And you're like, oh, shit. And the music's just kind of just sort of like underneath. Like, oh, there's a little bit of music in there. This is cool.
Yeah.
Then it just kind of comes in, fades out. And he gets like a little more worried. And then she comes out and she's like, come on, hurry up. I'm just like, God damn, this is like 3 solid minutes of just fuck. Like, what is going on? You're kind of like tensed up on the
like,
couch.
hurry up. I'm like, come out of here, Standard.
And then, like, I never understood why you wouldn't kind of look over your shoulder. Like, I'd be fucking probably running backwards after I robbed some.
Yeah.
Or just
I wouldn't
like,
be
running.
sauntering out of there like, yeah, fucking idiot.
Because he gets blasted.
Yeah.
But then, sorry, go ahead.
He gets like, he's walking to the car, and then all of a sudden he gets shot in the neck. And Driver and Blanche, that is Christina Hendricks' character, they don't know like what the fuck to do. They're like, what the hell just happened? And then the guy, the pawn shop owner or worker, comes out and like blasts him a couple more times, and Driver's like, no, fuck this, we're gone.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to win in a gunfight. Because
No.
he doesn't have a gun.
No.
He never carries a gun. And what a great car chase scene after this.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, like, that Mustang was probably 5-liter Mustang. So it's probably had a couple, 300 or 400 horsepower. That Chrysler 300, or was it a Bentley that was chasing him? I think it was a Chrysler 300.
I don't know.
And those things are maybe 250, 300 horsepower. I just don't think that they can keep up. I'm not sure. I didn't analyze the top speed of both cars.
Yeah.
But I just feel like him being the professional driver would have outrun that other car, no problem. But it was still cool to watch. I'm like, okay,
But,
we're still trying to...
I did also think about how, like, his first, and I made a note of this, his first heist driving experience at the beginning, 10 minutes of this film, he has a really safe, popular, basic-looking car that's revved up on the inside to just 300 horsepower or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this instance, when he helps Oscar Isaac's character rob this place so he can pay back the mob because they protected him in prison, he just like stole a Mustang off the street.
Yeah.
Which is
No alarm on it either.
yeah,
surprisingly.
okay, yeah, in LA, in downtown LA. Okay. But it was totally like, I don't know, a part of me as a viewer, knowing how smart the driver was and is being established in the first 10 minutes, I was like, does he just not give a shit about the plan, or does he want it to not go well because he had like the husband's an adversary?
Maybe he was hoping that he got pulled over with a stolen car.
Yeah, or something, because it was out of the character that we had seen.
It seemed like a careless thing to do.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because I'm like, he could just go to Bryan Cranston, to Shannon, and just say, hey, I need a fast car.
Exactly.
But I don't think he wanted Shannon to know he was doing this job.
Yeah,
like, he knew he did other jobs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe this one was like, he would have been like objecting to it or something.
Yeah.
As I close my eyes and deliver that line. I know what I'm talking about. Stop blinking.
Yeah, it definitely seemed out of
character. Yeah.
Which, because there's very little dialogue, it makes you think, like, is there a reason behind this?
Which I think this is why this is such a well-written movie. Because you're asking these questions right now, going like, fuck, like what was his ultimate plan?
Yeah.
What was his end game? Yeah, who knows? We'll never know.
No.
Because what happens after this?
They go, the car chase happens, and then they manage to get away, and then him and Blanche go to a hotel.
That's right.
And he's like, you better tell me the truth. And she's like, I knew nothing. And then he was like...
Threatens her.
Yeah. And then she reveals that, like, she was planning on ripping them off. She knew how much money was in there. But she had no idea that, like, guns would be involved or someone would be killed. I wouldn't believe that.
No. And then the dudes show up with shotguns. That's an intense scene.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And he's like piecing it together slowly because like her phone goes off or something and he looks at it and then the doorknob is jiggling of the hotel and he's like, what the fuck?
Oh shit.
And then she just gets fucking blasted in the bathroom and I was like, holy fuck. People are messing around.
I love after he gets his hands on a shotgun and shoots the other guy. And then the camera just stays on him.
Yeah.
For like a good 30 seconds. I'm like, oh my God. This
Yeah.
is so sweet because you're just watching him go through the process of what he
Like,
just did. And I'm
Yeah.
like, God
and he's
damn.
like, holy shit.
And not his facial expression doesn't change, but it's just his eyes. And just,
Yeah.
man, this is so good. Because we did an exercise like that where you just had to answer questions with your eyes. You couldn't use your
Ooh.
face, and it's like, God damn. Because I'm very overly expressive with my face sometimes. I would like respond to things with my face. Like, what? No, I can't believe it. And that's like watching other shitty movies. You like, oh my, you see it all the time. I'm like, why are you reacting like this? Oh my God, this is gonna happen. No, just look at him and go, I think this is gonna happen right now. You know, oh my God, something's gonna happen.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. So watching, just having that shot just held on him, I'm like, that's so good. And he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Then we get to the elevator scene.
Ooh. Yeah.
This was pretty damn sweet.
So he tells Irene that is this before or after he tells her? I can't remember. I want to say after because no, it was after he told her he was like involved in and saw her husband get shot. And then she slaps him and then they get into the elevator and then
But he's like, oh, sorry, wrong floor.
yeah,
And he's like,
which
okay, where you going then,
yeah.
pal?
And then he has a gun like right here in his white suit jacket.
He just does just get back.
Yeah.
Just move back. And then proceeds to beat the guy to death.
Yeah, he fucking curb stomps that dude.
I had forgotten that he did that in that movie. I was just
Holy.
like, Jesus Christ, bud. That's intense.
Yeah, and then she was like, I'm out. Like, fuck that. Because in the elevator, after he pushes her behind him, he just like full on kisses her.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes from that to
And I loved the pace of this movie. The pace of this movie was amazing. Like the scenes that would just rush on and then just boom, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then like this just very, very somber type stuff. And then bam, again, like, wow. It was very well done that way. I really loved the pace of this movie. I wrote that down at one point. I was like, I love the pace of this movie.
yeah.
There's no parts where you're like, this is getting really
No.
boring. And then you're just getting like, well, this is exciting, but it's not too much.
And this could have gone awry. Like if
Oh, yeah.
if the people behind it were like, oh, we're gonna make this into like a 2-hour movie or something, like that would have really turned it, like we would be reviewing it negatively for the podcast.
It was
100%.
the right length, well casted, good
Yeah.
story. Like so the elevator scene happens. He kills that dude, and then is it when he goes looking for? This is a crazy stat I wrote down: 2,000 heists in LA a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I wonder if that's accurate or not.
I don't know.
I thought like Vegas would be like that. I would.
Oh
think.
yeah, but LA.
They have a lot.
But then again, LA is like pretty big, and there are
It's a lot of
gangs in
people
LA.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and define heists. Are we
Yeah.
talking big banks? Are we talking pawn shops? Are we talking
Just person to
grocery stores?
person.
Yeah, corner stores. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You gotta specify. You gotta specify.
Specify, Bernie.
So he had, he tells Shannon to leave, and is it Bernie? Bernie?
No,
The guy?
Nino.
Well, Nino is
Nino's
what's
the
his
guy.
face? Big chin, Hellboy,
Perlman.
Pearlman, and what's the other guy's name? Bernie.
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 Bernie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bernie. That's when he shows up to Shannon's shop. He's like, "What, you going somewhere?"
Oh. Yeah. No.
And he
Fuck
shakes his
this.
hand to say thanks, and wow.
Yeah, he fucking
Razor
like
blade.
shakes his hand and then turns it outward and cuts him down there. And he's like, "No, it's fine. It's over. It's over. That's the worst part. It's over." It just kills him. Like, I will forever be looking down at the people shaking my hand now.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm
Nice
like,
to meet you.
"Hi," and break. And that's it.
Let me see your other hand.
Yeah, where's your other hand?
Put your hands up.
Yeah, they're holding a fucking donut.
I don't
like,
sh-
let me see.
I don't shake hands. Why? Because I don't want people to kill me.
Yeah, you ever see that movie Drive?
They're like, oh, fuck.
Based on a
That's
true story.
why I don't fucking shake hands either, bro. You're a Drive fan too? Sweet.
Yeah, well, remember a couple episodes ago, I was talking about something in movies that affected me, And to this day, I can't wear open-heeled shoes because in Pet Sematary,
Oh,
when Gage is
the
reanimated
Achilles.
and he's fuck that. So now I'm never wearing open-heeled shoes ever again. And I'm never not looking at someone's hand when they're shaking my hand. I know you're supposed to make eye contact, but I'm going to be looking right
Staring
at
at
your
your-
fucking hand.
Stop looking at my tiny hands.
Yeah.
Don't.
I don't trust you, sir.
Hey, my hands are down here. Just all you wear is boots. No, my
Yeah.
Achilles will never see the light of day.
Yeah,
boots in the
boots.
summer. These the new
And
summer boots.
Fucking arm gauntlets. Wonder Woman bracelets.
What? Oh, did I tell you? I finally watched Wonder Woman.
What'd you think?
It's a great movie.
Right?
It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
DC is coming for Marvel. Wonder Woman and then Aquaman.
Well, I wouldn't. Aquaman was fucking great.
Wonder
They're not. They're just different than the Marvel movies. They're different.
Yeah,
they're
they're
good
way-
on their own. They're different though.
They're a lot darker.
Yeah, which I really enjoyed. No, Wonder Woman was good. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. I was like, wow.
So
It was
good.
finally on Netflix. I was like, and I don't understand why it popped up on Netflix when we're talking about Disney starting their
Disney
own
doesn't
channel.
own-
I thought they were gonna take all the Marvel movies though. Oh wait, it's DC. I'm an idiot.
Silly ass. there's some couple fanboys being like, actually,
Yeah, they're like,
Actually, that's DC, Jeffrey, not
just
Marvel.
superior.
I was thinking for some reason I was thinking Captain Marvel because I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, and I want to go see. I'm gonna have to see
Endgame.
Avengers eventually, but I gotta see Captain Marvel first. And it's only right now
You-
playing in a theater with seats and not recliner seats.
You don't have to see it.
Okay, good. I'm not going to then.
I did not like it.
But I thought it was integral to the story of Endgame. It's not. Okay.
Just read the synopsis on Wikipedia. Captain Marvel was really cringy.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
They did. The reviews were shitty too.
Yeah.
Like the ratings were like,
Yeah,
not that good.
I
Oh, another one I watched a while ago was Ant-Man and Wasp.
haven't seen that one.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like, I went on a whole Marvel rampage a couple months ago when I was laid off. I did Captain America, then I did Winter Soldier, and then Civil War,
Yep.
and of the original Avengers, I think. No, Ragnarok, the original Thor, and then Ant-Man and Ant-Man versus Ant-Man and Wasp.
I haven't
And
seen Doctor Strange still.
I haven't finished that one actually. I got halfway through it. I was like, meh.
You're like, okay,
He's
Steven.
just spinning his hands around. I'm like, what is your power, wizard? Careful, wizard.
My fucking favorite
Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
scene in Infinity War is when at the very end he was like, I think you'll find our will is equal to yours. I was like, oh my God, stop.
Yeah. It's so cheesy. It's just cheesy magic. I can open a hole here and send you over there. I'm like, okay, but he has a fucking gauntlet with 4 rocks on it. They're all colored. He's going to kill you. Don't kill you.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Anyway, let's wrap this movie up.
Yeah.
So we're at the end here. So there's he runs, I love this. He runs Nino off the road because he stakes out his restaurant. Runs him off the road in the middle of the night. And I was sitting there like, why do you think it was a good idea to run towards the ocean? Run down the beach. Like, just see if you can outrun him. Maybe your cardio's better.
I know.
Maybe you're faster.
Yeah.
Maybe he just can't run in sand. He might have bad knees. Or
Maybe
bad Achilles
running in
or
sand
something.
is hard.
It is hard. It's hard on the fucking joints.
Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, he could have just got away like that. But no, he's just running to the water. And then,
I know. Yeah, and then the driver drowns him. I'm like,
drowning would
good.
suck.
Fucking good.
Drowning would suck.
Yeah. Drowning and
I
burning
don't
to death.
like being underwater. I'm not comfortable. I'd like to be able to be comfortable underwater and just, I'm sweet. I'm cool. I'm all right. I can't though. If I'm like swimming, even though I know I can hold my breath for like maybe 45 seconds, I get underwater, I'm like, I panic. I hate it.
Oh, I love being underwater.
So I can't surf. I
Oh.
just don't like, my imagination runs wild. I'm like, something touched me. It's a monster.
Yeah, that it is the ocean.
Kelp touches me and I'm like, that's something's tongue. Stop it. There's 5 of them. Can't do it. Oh, I love this stabbing ending.
Yeah. So he
Pretty sweet.
arranges with Bernie to meet up to give Bernie the money because the setup was that they were stealing money and Nino stole the money from the East Coast gang. And then he gets the money from the trunk of his car and he turns around and just stabs him. And then the driver stabs Bernie. And then it's that shot of their shadows in the
Yes.
sunlight and you don't know who
Yeah.
is dead.
That was so cool because they just held in that shadow for a little while. These both just like, working the knives in.
And then they lift up and it's the driver who's still alive. And then they have that lingering shot of him in his car and he's not blinking. And you're like, holy shit, he died. And then he's like slowly blinking. He's like,
He's
over it.
Practiced that not blinking.
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, he is well seasoned.
I'm not like when you're dehydrated too. Your eyes, you got to blink so
Oh,
much. Like right now,
yeah.
it's because I was smoking weed before this, and
Smoke
two
weed every
two
day.
tall ciders in. All right, this is a great movie though. I love this
Yeah.
movie. I give it a 5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite movies. It's in my probably my top 10. No, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not top 10. I've never really written down my top 10.
I haven't either. There's too much pressure.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is up there. I love that movie. We were somewhere around Barstow, near the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold. It's so good. It's so good.
One of my roommates for my business trip, she had the car from Fear and Loathing tattooed on her.
With them like in it.
No, just the car.
Oh, you kind of like this crazy head coming out like the cover of the movie. It's great. Yeah, like they couldn't have made this movie any better. It was great.
No, it was really good for what it was. Like story was there, casting was there, soundtrack was there. Like
Directing, the cinematography, the shooting style was just amazing.
yeah, it was something that I truly hadn't experienced before.
I'm glad you got to watch it.
Yeah, same. I'm glad we had this idea to review movies that we like.
I'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll do one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Real Garbage Podcasts, on CastBox, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, CastBox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Tune in, Podbean. Follow us, subscribe to us, like us if you want.
Share
you don't have
us.
to. We're not going to force you to do it.
Yeah. If you
share
want.
us. Share us around. If you think we're good, share it to other people.
Care us.
All right. Sharing is caring. Care, stab. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.